Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, it's Timmy from up here in frigid Wyoming. Appreciate all the comments I got on my last video. Somebody asked me when Road Hog was going to return, and well, it has, and we'll get to that in a second. For Christmas, my wife got she does scrapbooking. She got one of these things, a Cricut personal electronic cutter, which it die cuts stuff for scrapbooking. I have, like always, found something resourceful to use it for me. That's sticky sheet vinyl. I got the hobby shop. It's normally used for making lettering on model airplanes. It die cut me out some little numbers there to scale. That would be 2 foot. They're 1-inch letters. Those are 2-inch letters on the top, and I just got them on there temporary to see what it would do. Unfortunately, with the software that came with the machine, she can only do down to 1-inch lettering, so I'm going to have to figure something else out to get it down to the 1/4 inch, which I need for lettering on the cars. So, but we're making progress at least. Okay, in my last video, somebody made the comment of, we're going to start working on this thing again, the Road Hog. Well, I have started again. Better late than never. I kind of had an epiphany this afternoon because the back of the truck was giving me some fits. Now granted, this is just mocked up, but what I've come up with here is the brass for my frame. Take a side shot of this real quick. And I finally figured out what I'm going to do for a cross member. I got one of them made up as a prototype. I'll show you in a second how I made those. The frame, I had to hack away because I didn't like how it worked. And then finally, as you can see, there's 2 little natural pockets in the bottom of the cab, or in the bottom of the subframe there, that those fit into perfectly. Got them glued. Love my camera work here. They're nice and flat and level. Everything works fine on it. Put this back up here. This is the piece I cut for my cross member. Probably help if I get my fat fingers out of the way so you can see it. Styrene tubing, 1/4 inch. Just notched it, but I was having a heck of a time getting my angles cut and everything done because I was using my favorite little tool, my little battery-powered Dremel there, and you never can hold the thing straight. You can try and cut them when you want to, or at least I can't, not with these meat paws. So I went down to the local hardware store and remembered one of these. I don't know if you guys know what these are. This is a miter trim box for cutting wood baseboards. And basically all you do is you take your piece of trim and you set it down there in the corner. Now granted, this thing's overkill, and I know they make smaller ones of these for models, but this was $5. It couldn't go wrong. Got a 32-point hacksaw blade that fits perfect in there, just like so. I can do 90, I can do 22 degrees, I can do 45-degree cuts in it. So that's going to save a lot of time, and then all I have to do is come back with the Dremel cleaned up. Let's see, rear end, I'm calling her finished. Yeah, I might do a little more marker work on it, but the majority of this truck, you're never going to be picking it up and looking at the underside because it's going to have so much stuff sitting on the bed of the truck, and I'll go into that more later on as we get it built. So, yeah, while I was at the hardware store today, I got a set of these bad boys. I'm not going to say how much I paid for them because my wife might watch this. They were about $10 a piece. They're nice. They're made by Irwin, called the Quick Grips. I know they make plastic versions of these ones. They slide apart just by pulling that release handle. And then once you get it to about where you want it, you put it on, and then you just squeeze the trigger. I think I can do this and look and see what I'm doing all at once. Squeeze the trigger, and it holds it, so you can put as much or as little pressure as you want on it. So got a set of those, since we were talking clamps. While I was at the hardware store, I'd given the owner of the place grief. Now, you got to remember, I live in a small town. It's about 1,500 people here up in northern Wyoming. One hardware store, and so I had some tester model paint in there. So I was giving him grief, telling him, you know, if he gave me $5, I'd take the paint off his hand, that type of thing. And he said, no, I've got a guy who does a lot of model car building here. And I apologized for giving him grief. And he ended up going to a buying show last week in Minneapolis. And lo and behold, the people from Revell were there. And gave him this. Now, the only thing was, it was out of the cellophane. But plastic bags are still intact. I've kind of been wanting to do a street rod, do another shoebox. Very first model car I ever did when I was like 6 or 7 was a 57 Chevy funny car. Who knows where that went. When I started doing model cars again in my mid-20s, first thing I did was a 55 Chevy. And who knows where that one went. So, and a real good buddy of mine that killed himself a few years ago had a 55 with a blown 427 in it. Fast, mad fast car. Holy cow, that thing would put you back. We did 140 one night before we got a little too scared and shut it down, because the headlights aren't as good on the old cars as they are on the new ones. But I figured I'm going to do that. My only problem is, so I like to do my motors now in Sharpie marker. I think you can get some nice detail. I mean, that looks like a real oily motor to me. So I don't do show cars. I don't do fun things. So I may have to break out the old paint, which I ended up buying from him after I made that comment. Paint and brushes. I do this one. Hopefully Sunday, if I get the time. I've got plans to build a little, not necessarily spray booth, but a spray area back in my laundry room with a series of fans for venting it outside. It did get up to 30 degrees here today, which was a heat wave. It's been sub-zero for almost since before Christmas. I think the highest it got in that sub-zero area was 0 2 days ago. The lowest point New Year's Day, it was 22 below before the wind chill. So, yeah, no painting outside. So, let's see what else we got. Did the model car, the clamps, the Road Hog, the die cutter. Great videos, guys. Great update videos. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Everybody out there, you know, R.I.P. Gabby. 08 was saying how Fast Jimmy inspires him. Well, I'll tell you what, Gabby, you inspire me. Fast Jimmy inspires me. Big Block Love, Atomic Dog. I can't even remember who all I subscribe to anymore. I may not leave comments all the time, because sometimes comments can just get lost in the mix of, well, you're just talking to be talking. So if you don't want to comment on mine, that's fine. Just give it a like to say you watched it. That's all I care about. Give it a don't like or an unlike or whatever it is. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Just let me know you watched it. I don't care if you liked it or not. Let me know if you watch it. Leave a comment if you want. If you don't, I'm not going to break my heart. So, yeah. Keep on building, and we'll catch you on the next video.